Good Lord.
This is Brian Soule, October 1st, and this is how bad I am at shooting free throws. Four out of 10.
We're going to start off with how to hold the ball. Okay. So there's a couple keys here. Since we're shooting free throws, we can kind of hold the ball in particular every single time. Okay. So every good basketball has a needle point. Okay. I want you to put your index finger on that needle point. You're shooting right or left? Left. Okay. So left hand there. Okay. One of the things I'm seeing is kind of the release. Okay. So when you release, what I want you to think about is try to push with this hand, and then I want you to hold the wrist in this position. And you're going to do these shots without the right hand. Hold it. Good. I'm going to give you multiple distances here. And you've got to be successful in one spot and move back to the next. Kind of like a putting drill, right? And when you do the close ones, I want you to continue to do it with just the one hand. Okay? So you see the marks here on the floor? You're going to pick the spot that's right between the marks. Okay. And you're going to shoot the first ones from right here, this close. Okay? It's going to make you shoot up. And then you're going to move back between the next marks, the next mark, and free throw. Okay. And what I want you to do is you've got to make 3 in a row from each location before you move back. Alright, so today I want you to shoot a lot of shots today, alright? And so part of what I'm going to do is try to keep you in rhythm. Yep. I want you to get a rhythm to shoot. You're going to try to build this in where it's second nature. Nice. Alright, so when we get to the competition, when we get under pressure, it's how many you make out of a certain number of shots, right? Yep. So we started and we did, out of 10 shots, you made 4. Okay. So we worked on a few things, we've gone through some drills, we've made some adjustments, set up, shooting motion, as well as routine between each shot. Okay. Yep. You can shoot 10 more shots, and you're going to see how many out of 10 you make. Okay. And our goal is to try to improve upon that every time you come out and practice.
Yep. And I think the other thing for me is I know that my form is better.
Yep.
So I feel like I'm performing this feel better, even if I'm not making the same number of shots.
Right.
We'll get to the results.
You're going to see, even if they don't improve immediately, you're going to see them improve over time.
Yep.
After 2 lessons with Eric Hanley, best out of 10.
Yeah, boy!
You've just seen the progression of me being a bad free throw shooter to being at least a competent free throw shooter. And through this process, I changed a motor skill, and we'll talk a little bit about what happened there. At the beginning, I was an incompetent free throw shooter. I was off balance. My form was pathetic. So I brought in Eric Hanley, who was a very good instructor, and he started to give me instruction with augmented feedback, telling me exactly what I was doing and what needed to be done. So he gave me this knowledge of performance. This is what we need to be able to do. And by doing that, he was empowering me to be able to make changes that were important to make free throws. So at the beginning, he gave me some augmented feedback. He said, all right, let's start with the grip. We're going to start with the grip and put it in your fingertips and get it out of your palm. And that was a fundamental, just like the fundamentals that you would teach as a golf instructor in the golf swing. We'll start with the grip first and with the stance. And then he gave me some drills. He said, all right, we're going to start very close to the basket. We're going to shoot with one hand, because one of the things that was my problem was that my right hand was way too active. So I'm shooting with one hand, just my left hand, close to the basket, getting some air under the ball. And then we progressively moved back a little bit at a time until I was at the free throw line. Throughout this whole process, I was getting a feel for keeping my elbow in, keeping my body in line, making sure that I was getting some air under the ball and gripping the ball correctly, all the while gaining this intrinsic feel for what needed to happen to shoot a free throw correctly. So this knowledge of performance, knowing what I needed to do, really helped me as a basketball player. If I were to assess Eric, I'd say he did a wonderful job of making it simple, giving me really good, simple drills, and then bringing the process all together towards the end. At the end, you saw the video of me. I made 7 out of 10 free throws, by far the most I've ever made out of 10, and you saw that my form was much better. So what did I learn through this process? What I learned was, whether you're a beginner or whether you're somebody who has done something for a long time, there's a motor skills process that you have to go through to learn. So for me, I had been shooting free throws my whole life. I just hadn't been shooting them well. So it was important for me to learn the process correctly. And that whole process, and knowing more about how I got feedback and knowing more about how to shoot free throws correctly, the more I learned, the better I got and the better I could be as an athlete. So I think Eric did a great job. I think it was a great learning experience, and I hope that you guys enjoy this project as much as I did.